What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Karan McLeish from Droid Island, and today we are here live and direct with Quinn Peters of Trinidad Tech Reviews. What's going on, buddy?
Hey, let's get this thing popping.
Alright, so today we got a treat for you guys. We have the Huawei Mate 9.
That's right. Take a good look.
We're going to be talking about this device today. Alright, so stick around. Alright, so Quinn, Huawei Mate 9. Let's talk about it. Let's get the specs out of the way. That way everybody knows exactly what we are talking about. Alright, so the Mate 9 is a 5.9 inch display.
Yep.
1080p resolution.
Good one.
It's packing one of the top processors on the market right now. That is the Kirin 960 with the Mali MP8 GPU. Alright. 64 gigs of storage with 4 gigs of RAM. It does have a dual camera setup, so it's got a 20 megapixel sensor and a 12 megapixel, and they're both Leica branded lenses. So if you are a photo shutterbug, you guys know what the Leica lenses can do. That phone packs them both. Alright. It's got stereo speakers. Oh, before I forget, 8 megapixel front facing camera. It's got the USB Type-C port, and it does have fast charging capabilities.
That's right.
Last but not least, it has a 4,000 milliamp hour battery, so if you are a power user and you're always on the road, good luck trying to kill that phone.
2 days. Good luck trying to kill this baby. Good luck. 2 days.
So, specs out of the way. Alright? Mate, now let's talk about it. So what are some of the highlights of the device for you?
The highlights, that display, boy. 5.9 inches, people. 5.9 inches. This is one of the best 1080p screens you could get. I mean, IPS. If you all don't know about IPS, let me give you some IPS knowledge. It's called in-plane switching. Is a type of technologies that developers use in terms of making LCDs, right? So when you use an IPS panel, you get very good color accuracy. It becomes more bright. You could use it in the sunlight with ease. You get vivid, bright, lush colors with this IPS display, and it has good aesthetic value. I mean, this IPS display, that's the first thing that stands out, right? Also, the build quality is really good. It's very ergonomic. I would let you all know one time it's a bit heavy because of the aluminum and the size of the phone. It comes in at 153 grams, so it's very built.
It's a solid phone. It does not feel cheap.
Never. By the time you hold this phone, you get this premium feel. I get a nice premium feel. It feels like it worth at least 500 US to me.
I always say that Huawei knows how to make great build quality in their smartphones. You'll be hard pressed to pick up a Huawei device, whether it be a flagship device or a mid-ranger, and it not feel like it has some good quality.
That's their strong point.
Alright, so what are some of the things that you do not like about the Mate 9?
I mean, in terms of the build quality, you'll see two slots here, right? 2 grills. Now, actually, the one you see on your right is the speaker, and we have another grill out there. I mean, oh gosh, you have the battery for it, you have the size Planex speaker. Yeah. So I think they put that there probably for ventilation purposes, right, to keep the phone cool. But even though it's cool, it's not cool.
If they could have, now it does have stereo speakers, so it's a step above bottom firing or rear mounted speakers, definitely a step above that. But I think for this size of this phone, what Quinn definitely says is that it really should have maximized put some better speakers in it, because I mean,
Yep.
you have things like the Axon 7, you have things like the HTC U11
Oh,
that
yeah.
are smaller devices than this and pack better speakers. So
Yep,
they definitely
they do.
could have did something a little bit better with the stereo speakers in that. So
That's my only downfall.
that's one of the things that actually is probably one of the only things I don't
Yeah,
like. I know
yeah.
a lot of people might say, well, you know, no waterproofing, but that's not a deal breaker. Splash coating would have been nice, but again, not a deal breaker. And also wireless charging. But again, those are things where if you like that, then you'll go grab a phone that has that. But
No,
it's not a deal.
it's a good speaker, you know, but it's not as good at a flagship level. And also for the size of the device, they could have done a little better than that.
Well, you know what? As we're on that, the Axon 7 is still priced half the price of a lot of flagships and has the best speakers on the market. At least I think so. So Quinn,
Yeah.
so we have a 5.9 1080p display on the Mate 9. Now, one of the knocks about the Mate 9 was that it did not have QHD, and since you know all the flagships have QHD, does the Mate 9 having a 1080p display hurt or help the Mate 9?
Okay, as I tell a lot of people, it's all about the user preference, right? 1080p Full HD, that would help in terms of battery life.
Correct.
So you see, this is so sweet. You see, 1080p plus 4000 milliamp battery equals total happiness. I mean, that's the best thing next to sliced bread, yeah. 4000 milliamps and a 1080p. So the 1080p would go easy on the battery. You have a nice screen, you have a good battery, and a quad HD display would tend to drain a battery more because of the high resolution. And it's all about user preference, because to me it's very, very difficult to see the difference between a 1080p and a quad HD display, right?
Correct.
It's hard to see with your raw naked eye. So quad HD is more like of a gimmick, another reason for companies to charge more money for the upgraded manufacturing cost and stuff. But to me, 1080p is the way to go, especially if a good one.
It definitely comes down to preference, because I prefer, same thing like Quinn said, I prefer to have a very, very good 1080p and a big battery, because one thing you guys, you know, one thing everybody could relate is that a phone is of use when it has battery, right? If it's dead, it's of no use. And there's a reason why the Samsung S8 sends their phones out of the box with it scaled down to 1080p, so that people can't save on the battery. If you do want the quad HD, I mean, you can turn it on, but again, there's a reason why they do that. And you having a 4000 milliamp hour battery in 1080p, for those people who are heavy users, come on, you are going to be able to last a full day and then some, depending on your usage.
That's correct.
Now, one of the things that I try to get people to be informed about is every product has a purpose and they have an intended user. So there is no necessarily bad phones these days, because all the phones that are coming out are relatively good. They're just marketed and made for a particular user, and most people might not know what that is, and they might get stuck with the wrong device, and that's how they get bad user experiences. So that being said, who is the Mate 9 for?
The Mate 9 are for those powerhouse users. If you use your phone a lot, I mean like WhatsApping, Facebooking, and like to play a game and everything very heavily, and you have no life, right? This phone is for you. I mean, this will get you through at least 2 days on a medium usage. You would get it for 2 days. For those of you all who like very good cameras,
yep.
I mean, like if you wanna appreciate artistry with these co-engineered Leica lenses, it is for you, because you can do almost anything on that pro mode. I mean, you really get a good camera, a good body, and a good display, right?
So speed round, if you're a camera person, is this for you?
Yes, you see, this aperture is f2.2, right? which is not all that good, but the more the aperture, the more aperture you have is the faster shutter speed you get, right? So let's say if you open the camera, it's just take one slight little touch, one fast touch, and that camera is going to shutter. Now it has OIS, optical image stabilization.
Correct, yeah.
Right? So, and it also has in video object tracking, so you could press the person you want to record, and when that person moving, you would see the square
keep in focus,
keep on focus with the person, so that person will not be blurred out. I love that. That's very good
that's a nice little
innovation. Yes.
And one of the nice little features with the video camera is that you can actually, it's one of the only phones where you can steer the audio tracking. So if somebody has moved to the other end of the room, you can actually tilt the microphones to pick up that sound.
Exactly.
So that's a very nice feature to have. So if you're a gamer, is this phone for you? Yes or no?
Yeah, of course. This has the Kirin 960 high silicon processor, which is really good. It also has the Mali MP7 GPU. Is the MP7?
No, the MP8.
MP8, yeah, the MP8 GPU. So this does not overheat. Based on my personal usage and my research, I haven't got any overheating issues when it comes to gaming and also charging the device.
Okay, so my people who are on the road a lot, is this a device for them?
Of course, this is your road trip phone. Road trip phone, I mean, like, you could go take a trip at the beach, you could charge, and also 20 minutes charge in this phone. I repeat, 20 minutes could get you a full day usage. So imagine if you charge it for like about an hour and a half.
So you know we have our carnival. We have a variety of events that come up. So basically, what you're telling me, right? So birthday coming, right? If birthday is coming up, and I need to make the trip from say Toko.
We don't know birthday.
I know plenty about birthday.
Hey, he's not a Trinidad. He's not coming to Trinidad. You don't know birthday.
Say if I have to take a trip from Toko and I have to go down Quite Point. Is this phone gonna die? Because you know there's some of these high-end phones with a 3,000 milliamp hour battery, and you know you play 2 games and the phone dead. If I'm traveling from Toko all the way down to Point, will this last?
This phone is Jason Voorhees. It will not die. It shall not die. I mean, I'll be honest with you all. This is one of the phones that I couldn't even kill. I tried Marvel Contest of Champions. I had on the Bluetooth to use with my Bluetooth Android controller for Modern Combat 5, beating it whole day, and I left home 9 o'clock in the morning with 100% charge, came back 11 o'clock that night after work, and I had 60%, and that was ridiculous. I mean, I'm not just the casual user. I use Facebook, WhatsApp, everything, YouTube, streaming in 4K, everything, and this cannot die. I think that's the main highlights alongside the camera.
So one of the main questions that I get asked on the Droid Island channel is, where does the Mate 9 fit amongst the current crop of 2017 flagships? So Quinn, what do you think?
I think it's almost at the top. I mean, for the price you get a lot, but it's not waterproof. It's not IP8, IP68 and IP67 waterproof like most of the flagship devices out there, like the S8 and the LG G6. But you do get a lot for what is expected.
So is this a phone that can be put in a conversation? So at the end of the year, when we have the Samsung S8s, the U11s, the G6s, is this a phone that people can talk about and put that up there with them?
Yes and no, because it's all about your preference. All about your preference. I will put it up there, but because it lacks some features, it could be arguably a debate why should or should not be up there. But definitely, it is a flagship, and to me, it has flagship specs.
I think at the end of the year, the Mate 9 will be in the conversation because it's one of the best big phones on the market at the 5.9 inches. great battery life. The Kirin processors have been really outdoing a lot of the Snapdragon processors in a lot of tests.
Oh yes.
So, and it has that. Plus, it's got the dual camera Leica lenses. So, I mean, if water resistance is not really on your list of wireless charging, I don't see how the Mate 9 does not make your top 10 list at the end of 2017 for top flagship devices. And now, this is one thing. Like I said, I get a lot of questions about the Mate 9, right? But I haven't really seen too many people with the Mate 9 or too many people that have really thought about the Mate 9 as a device for them. Why do you think that the Mate 9 has not picked up too much steam here in Trinidad?
It's all about the marketing, different marketing strategies that has been done by most outlets, even the brand. They need to get hand in hand, in personal, up and close with the public, with the devices.
So you think if people see this device in
exactly,
person,
because word of mouth is the best type of marketing there is. And once you get people to talk about your device rather than showing them on videos things that are not tangible, you can maximize your sales revenue, and Huawei would actually get more market share. You see, Samsung and those other products spend millions in advertising, and I think even though the other employers, other Huawei managers and whatever, they may not have the sufficient resources to do this, I think they can look at other cheaper ways to get the public knowing about their product.
okay.
It's because it is a good product anyway, at the end of the day, and it's a good brand, right? So I think they should get more up and close hands.
You need to get this phone on the ground and let more people see it, interact with it. And guaranteed, if you have the opportunity to check out a Huawei Mate 9, it's definitely a phone that you're going to fall in love with, because
when you see that camera, sure, man, shit.
It just feels like big money. It feels good. So right now, there's a couple of devices that Huawei has on the market that's going to be very comparable to the Mate 9. The closest being the Huawei P10 Plus. Now, just to get this out of the way, the price difference, okay? So if you are looking at the Mate 9, you are going to be paying, you can probably pick a Mate 9 up for about 500 US, which works out to be about 3,400 TTD. And also a P10 Plus goes for about 650 US, and that works out to be almost 4,400 TT. Now, that's obviously the prices before it landing in Trinidad. So however you get them or what the costs are down here are going to vary depending on who you go by. All that being said, why does somebody pick up a Mate 9 over, say, a P10 Plus? I mean, they are both Huawei products, so why does somebody go Mate 9 versus P10 Plus?
Okay, the P10 Plus, it has an upgraded camera compared to the regular P10 and the Mate 9. And also, people would go with a Mate 9 if they wanted more like a powerhouse, a larger display. P10 Plus, even though it's a plus, it is still considerably smaller than this. This is 5.9 inches, the P10 Plus is 5.5, and it has a Quad HD display. So those who like the Quad HD display, even though it's not that significant to see the difference between Quad HD and 1080p, people would go with the P10 because it's quote unquote more premium in their eyes. It's all about preference. And Mate 9, the Mate 9, it is, people who want a lighter phone, right, would go with the P10 Plus.
Now, the one thing I'll add into that is, well, for me, spec-wise, they're almost identical. The P10 Plus and the and the Mate 9, sorry, they're almost identical on paper. They both rock the Kirin 960s. They both have the same GPU. The P10 Plus does have a smaller battery, so that can definitely play into someone's decision. And yeah, the camera setups are pretty much close when you are looking at the end result of the pictures. So again, it's really going to come down to price. If you want to spend a bit more money for the P10 Plus and get the QHD, then hey, if you want to save some dollars and get the Mate 9, and deal with the 1080p, it's a different build quality and also a larger battery, then that's definitely going to be an option for you.
Yep.
So, Quinn, final thoughts. Is the Mate 9 a go or is it a no?
It's a go. Y'all know my standards. I have high standards. You can't just bring anything and anything to me, right? I know all the top flagship devices, and you can't come to me and bullshit me. I would tell you if it's a fake, if it's real, if it's good, or if it's not. And I highly recommend those of y'all who have, even though if you have any Huawei devices before this, that you upgrade to the Mate 9, right? So I highly say it's a go, right?
It's a go for me as well. You guys know I like Huawei products. Excellent build quality. It's definitely something that I could see myself using. Good cameras, build quality, stereo speakers, massive battery. I don't really care too much for water resistance or wireless charging. So outside of that, I mean, those things would have been nice to have, but it's not a deal breaker for me. So I definitely think it's a go. If you're in the market for a big phone that packs power, that looks good, good cameras, and good for entertainment purposes, this is definitely something that you should pick up. Alright? Yep. So,
this is my daily driver, by the way. You all always asking me, oh, I so this kind of tech guy, which phone does use? Huawei. Huawei. Right?
Quinn, I want to thank you for coming on down to the Droid Island store once again.
Anytime.
And you guys can check us out in the next video. Once again, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. If you want to ensure that you know when our videos come out, turn on the notifications button. Don't forget to like and share. And you will see the link for Quinn's channel, Trinidad Tech Reviews, in the description below. Until next time, catch you in the next one.